Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, this is going to be a little bit of a follow-up from the collaboration that Lena Rodriguez from Tarot Down Under and I did the other day. In regards to, we both picked up that Barack Obama had a past life as, well, we said the founding fathers. It was energy of the rebuilding after the Civil War. So we're talking about after the 1865 end of the Civil War. Now, a lot of you have messaged me about, oh, is it this person, is that person? Because he gives off, he gives off fabulous vibes for most of them. But the one that really someone sent to me and I went, oh my goodness, and really light bulb my guides when they want me to have a look at something, they just light something up and make me not, I can't look away. They gave me the name of Haram Revels. Now I went, never heard of the dude. Who's Haram Revels? Now, this is a Haram Rhodes Revels, born in 1827 as in North Carolina as a free black man of the times. He born free in North Carolina, later lived and worked in Ohio, where he voted before the Civil War. So this has actually blown my mind a bit. This is a man of color. Prior to the Civil War, during the Civil War, and after the Civil War, which was a war fought on slavery and people of color. Now, I believe he was very possibly of actual mixed race. I believe his mother was known to be from Scottish descent and his father was African American, so it was African American descent. Okay, so during his, let's have a look at this. So he was born in 1827. He got educated by a local free black woman, despite restrictions on education for black children at the time. He apprenticed as a barber in his brother's barber shop, etc. It was considered a respectable trade, but he was an educated man. He married, I believe he's, what are we looking at? Oh, okay, where are we going? I'm wanting to find out about his wife, because this time around with Barack and Michelle, it's not their first time around. Oh, look at this. It's the Hierophant. It's about deciding what you want the future to hold and taking the steps to bring it happen. His wife, he married in 1953, again prior to the Civil War, to a black woman, a free black woman called Phoebe Bass. He studied religion. He became a chaplain in the United States Army during the Civil War for the Union, and he was also established the Union, one of the people that established the Union, the United States Colored Troops, helped recruit. So I believe his wife, Phoebe, was educated as well, which was incredibly rare in those days. But then we get on to his political career. Where are we looking at? During the Reconstruction, Revels was elected the alderman in Natchez in 1868, and in 1869 he was elected to represent Adams County in the Mississippi State Senate. What happened then in 1870? The Mississippi legislature nominated and elected him to actually represent Mississippi in the US Senate. So this is after the Civil War. So he was very much part of the rebuilding from a political standpoint. Okay, so in 1970, he was elected by his state to represent Mississippi. Oh, this is blowing my mind that this is Mississippi and Ohio and North Carolina and all these states where we go, oh, they're deep south and very racist. In 1970, the legislator in Mississippi voted for a black man to represent them in the US Senate. Right. Apparently, when he arrived in Washington, the Southern Democrats, now you've got to remember the Democrats and the Republicans have pretty much switched sides over in the last 100 years. So these are what we would call Republicans now, but they were Democrats then. Opposed seating him in the Senate. There were 2 days of debate, and their argument was that due to the 14th Amendment that was ratified in 1868, rebels had not been a citizen, because prior to 1968, black people were not considered citizens of the United States. He hadn't been, in 1970, he hadn't been a citizen for the required 9 years prior to, even though he was born in the country. Oh, look, this was uncharted waters. Absolutely, I love this energy. We've got the Fool card. It was absolutely uncharted waters. He has been through this before. So apparently he did eventually get seated in Congress to represent Mississippi. This just absolutely. So in February 1870, on the party line vote of 48-8, with Republicans voting in favour and Democrats against. Oh, there must have been all of 8 Democrats. But again, as I said, remember they've flipped since. Became the first African American to be seated in the United States Senate. Haram are rebels. I am going to ask if he is the one. And then we had Phoebe, his wife, absolute rock behind him. If I keep going, he argued the reinstatement of black legislators in the Georgia General Assembly who'd been illegally ousted. Oh, goodness me, who else did that happen to? The Justins, who were illegally ousted due to pretty much their race, but they got voted back in a landslide. He served on the Committee of Education and Labour and the Committee on the District of Columbia. And much of the focus at the time was on Reconstruction. Oh boy. While radical Republicans called for the continued punishment of ex-Confederates, rebels actually argued for amnesty and restoration of full citizenship, provided they swore an oath of loyalty to the United States. Well, that was a little bit naive of him. But again, Barack Obama was very much about bringing all into the fold. And then I've got the Ace of Cups there as well, about new partnerships. New beginnings, and then the Star of Hope popped up for me. Okay, his term lasted a little over a year. He wasn't there for very long, most part unsuccessfully worked for equality, but he did really set things in motion. Yeah, Ace of Cups, then the Ace of Pentacles. Opportunities being presented, starting a new chapter, and the Temperance of acceptance and balance and moderation. So he nominated. Where else are we going? Successfully championed the cause of black workers who had been barred by their colour from working in the Washington naval yards. He was a real mover and shaker. So I want to have a look. After his term as the senator expired, he was appointed as the first president of the Alcon Agricultural Mechanical College, located in Mississippi. He taught philosophy as well. He then served as the Mississippi Secretary of State. Oh, goodness me. he was a real force to be reckoned with. So, and this is after my guy said, you got to look at this, you got to look at this, you got to look at this. This is when I looked it up, and I am literally reading most of this for the first time. I want to have a look at couple of things there. I do want to have a look at Phoebe, and I do want to have a look at him as well. So, was Obama Haram Rhodes Rebels in a previous life? He died in 19. When did he die? 19. When did he pass? Just having a look. 1901. Oh, that's interesting, because that was the year of Federation in Australia. It was a year of a new century, a new change. Okay, new beginnings. So let's show me. Haram are revels, using the Lightseers Tarot, which is what I use for past readings. Was Barack Obama Haram Rhodes Rebels? Come on down, let's have a look. Why not? Four of Wands, Temperance, moderation, wishing he had achieved more, a lot of opportunities were presented, had to pick and choose about which he could garner support for. Okay. Six of Swords, the infighting, the confident in who he is despite the messaging, the Hanged Man changing points of view and bringing about new beginnings. End of an era, new beginning, powerful messaging brought forward. And there's that Hierophant card again. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I am going to say yes. If I kept going, we've got the Death card, so ending new beginning, and then the Chariot. Moving forward, not knowing how he's going to do it, just he's going to do it. So I'll grab Pendulum and let's have a good look at this. I mean, there's really not much to ask. I'm getting pretty much a yes there, because these cards are pointing out Haram Revels' life story. Tell me. Oh, sorry, so you can see me. Oh, let me bring you up even a little bit further. Now, normally when you're doing a past life reading, you just have about a zillion yes-no questions. But I'm just going to ask, was Barack Obama Haram Revels in a previous lifetime? Was he? And that's, yep, into a yes. So here, this is very possibly as an outsider bringing about change, showing that all human with the Temperance card, Two of Wands, you know, what can I actually bring change to? There were a lot of options that were brought to his attention, but he really had to focus in, that he wished he had done more. He was in there for literally only about a year, 18 months, but he was very much about bringing people and working together. There was some legislation that he was able to move forward despite opposition. He was very confident in who he was. He could articulately bring a different point of view that opened a new era, that opened up a new era. And then we've got this death and rebirth, an ending of something significant and the bringing of the new. I want to ask if he had some regrets, because he argued against punishment of those in the Confederacy, and I wonder if that's a regret, that he is still brought forward to this day. The Chariot's very much about just do it. Just do it and work out how you're going to do it as you're going along, as you move forward with this powerful energy. We got the Eight of Wands. It came out this way around. The Eight of Wands, being able to focus on intently and a powerful message about a particular point. And this is about deciding about what future you want to see and taking the steps to make it happen. So he was, if I say a founding father, he was a founding father in terms of equality for people of colour, and a shoulder on which the likes of Martin Luther King Jr. And who was the government representative that led the marches? Good Trouble, him. Oh gosh, I can't. For some reason, his name always goes out of my mind, and it shouldn't, because he is just the most amazing person. Okay. In this lifetime, he advocated and had to take an option to not punish those of who were in the Confederacy. He wanted to bring together. He didn't like seeing the country divided. Okay, can I ask a question? Does he regret? Is there regret? I'm talking about harem revels. Looking back from his current position, is there regret that he argued against punishing the Confederates? Is there regret? Is there regret? Now it's going angled there. So that's, for me, that's sort of, there is some regret. I just want to ask, in this lifetime, Phoebe Bass, is she Michelle? Has she come back as Michelle Obama? Has she come back as Michelle Obama? Yes, she has. I need to look further into her. So that's just going to be a quick one. I mean, again, I could ask a million questions, but pretty much in this lifetime, mover and shaker on the outside, not getting drawn into the conflict, not getting drawn back into the darkness. He was very much about all men being equal, very much about moderation and balance, fairness. He did have to make some decisions, perhaps that he has come to regret, because this is very much about the status quo. Because he argued against punishing the Confederates. Yeah, I just feel like he feels there's more. It's because he had choices about what he could do, but he just wanted to bring all the various aspects together. He thought, yeah, all get along type thing. So there was legislation. He moved forward despite opposition. At the time, he was comfortable and confident in the decision that he had made, changed a lot of views. Okay, thank you. I'm getting that if he had actually campaigned to punish the Confederates, that would have been used as ammunition against him as a black man. I think he knew that. I think he knew that, but he also had hope that people could just get along. I mean, apparently his mother was European and his father was of African descent, and they got on fabulously. So he was sort of using his own upbringing as a almost like a bit of a naive belief of what is possible. And then we've got the World card, the Death card, and the Chariot. A lot of information coming out very quickly, coming together very quickly, and him taking action for the future that he wanted for the United States, which was unity. But I do think that, yes, there is regret. But yeah, my guides are telling me that if he had advocated for punishment of those on the Confederate side, because pretty much he said, he brought forward, if they swear an oath to the United States, then all will be forgiven. I think he knew that if he had pushed back on it, they would have used it against him. And I'm hearing the terms uppity N-word that I'm not going to say. Okay, I'm going to have a quick look. So we've got Phoebe Bass, free black woman in 1950, married. I want to know a little bit about Phoebe Bass. I don't know if I'll find anything on her. Let me just highlight, copy, take it over here, see if I can find out anything about Phoebe Bass. Nope, nothing on her. Nothing on her. And because it's taking me to Phoebe Bass or something, guitarist, musician. Phoebe Bass, wife of harem rebels. Tell me what we need to know about her. Stalwart is what I got. Stalwart, like as in a rock, as in a solid foundation for him. Phoebe Bass, show me Phoebe Bass, wife of harem rebels. I don't even know if they had children or anything. Children, yeah, 8 children. 8 children! Oh, goodness me, including Susie and Ida. There's information on Susie. Susie Revels Clayton, an American writer, editor, activist, and leader in the African American community in Seattle. So that's one of the daughters. Goodness me, what a powerful woman. And Ida, who was Ida? Ida Alcorn Revels Richmond, both married. An American teacher and women's organizer in Mississippi. Self-improvement efforts through civics, education and social services. So both of them. So Ida married a physician who also then became a lawyer and businessman, and their son became a lawyer. Okay, so let's go back and I'll have a quick little delve into. So these women, so Susie Sumner Revels Clayton married Horace Clayton in Mississippi when she was 11 years old. Apparently Horace had been courting the older sister, but then ended up marrying 11. Oh. However, Clayton responded and wrote to her, and she wrote back, and lots of long distance. So they, okay. So her husband, Horace Clayton, was a newspaperist. And so she started, yeah, okay. Oh, what's that flung out? Five of Swords. Wasn't easy. It was incredibly difficult. Oh, okay. So as I'm reading further on, they were both quite light-skinned, but Seattle grew. It became less hospitable for African Americans, and the Seattle Republican, which was the paper, had never exactly been a black paper, but it was, yeah, its race relations deteriorated, and just pretty much went to custard. Okay. She was eventually forced to seek employment as a domestic due to economic hardship as she got older. Oh, goodness. But I'm getting the feeling that both of those daughters, there were 8 children, the other 6 aren't identified, were very well educated young women. So that tells me that Phoebe would have been educated as well. Okay, tell me, Phoebe Bass. Tell me about Phoebe Bass Revels. Tell me about Phoebe Bass Revels. Come on down, let's have a look. I'm finding her fascinated. Okay, that Two of Wands is back again. I got that when I did the reading with Lena the other day, I think, from memory. So death and rebirth, heartbreak. And then we've got the Three of Cups and the World card again. I mean, I've been shuffling that whole time. Tell me about her. Restriction, nurturing, the Empress, opportunity, being presented to change the way the world views in the Sun. I like these cards ending for her. And there's that card on the bottom, the same one that Haram got as his very first card. A mover and shaker on the outside. Ten of Swords, discarding the past and stepping over into this new beginning. The Justice card, actions having consequences. The emotionally mature female, powerful in her own right, lifting a lid but regrets there. Educated but infighting. This is probably latter in life. And the Ace of Cups, coming from a place of love. So her life, options available, ending of something new, beginning due to heartbreak, but a coming together that brought this new opportunity. This might be, I don't know her history. I don't know what her family history was like. She wanted more. Okay, thank you. She wanted more. She knew there was more out there. She just had to step out into it. So there's a death here and a grief. Okay, I'm not getting heartbreak and loss. I'm getting deep grief. There may have been a death of a family or a parent, but it does bring a rebirth, having gone through the grief. Believing in unity, she believed in the same things that Haram believed in. Unity, end of an era, new beginnings. Right, she was to a fair degree intellectually restricted because she was female and she was black, but she dreamt of the birthing of a new world where there would be opportunity for all. The Hanged Man, changing attitudes, and the Sun card, bringing joy and light. So yeah, I think, okay, I'm going to grab pendulum and ask. I think she's Michelle. Just from the energy of this. Again, I would have asked multiple more questions if I was doing a full reading, but these full readings do take hours. So let's have a look. So you guys can do it for yourself. Pull some cards, have a look. Phoebe Ass Revels. Oh gosh, that pendulum feels incredibly heavy. Is she now Michelle Obama? Is she now Michelle Obama? And that's straight into a yes. Back and forth as a yes. I wonder if I don't know much of the history of Michelle, but I wonder if she had a life-changing grief moment as well. I'll have to have a look into that. But yeah, believing a birth of a better future where there is opportunity for all, and bringing sunshine and brilliance and light and energy wherever she went. On the bottom, from a place of love, faced opposition and conflict and just nasty trying to tear down. But she was an intelligent woman, educated, lots of ideas that she was trying to bring forward. But yes, I do think she also has regrets at what they weren't able to achieve, her and Barack. Then you've got this Queen of Cups, the Justice card, the stepping over into this new beginning, staying outside of the tent, not getting sucked into this darkness, sharing her message. It's not easy. There's a lot she has to struggle with. King of Cups, I'd say that's what's my Biden card, who may have been a father figure to her, but this is also the negotiator. This might be Barack in his new role. Feeling very confident despite the negative messagings, know who she is grounded within herself, the Hierophant, the future that she wants to bring, the King of Swords, the King of Wands, which is about, I think she's the Lion. The Lion, this is bringing forward powerful masculine energy, bringing forward new messaging, new plan. Queen of Swords, I suspect that's her behind the scenes, and the Star card. Yeah, thank you to the viewer that put me onto this person that I had never ever heard of. And I am going to say yes, Harim Road Revels and Phoebe Bass Revels are the Obamas. 10 of Cups, a coming together, a unity. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And there's the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords and the Tower. What's that one there? Oh, community. Very, very much community orientated, feeling compelled to take action and tearing down so that it can be rebuilt. Inspirational, tearing down and bringing her joy, emotional joy with her messaging that she's spreading far and wide. Yeah, okay. So thank you. As I said, this could have gone. Could be here about 3 hours later still looking at all the different aspects, but I am going to have to agree that Barack and Michelle Obama were Haram and Phoebe rebels back rebuilding after the Civil War. Love to you. Catch you shortly. Hopefully that was a little bit more uplifting. There's a lot of CRAP coming out. Just be aware. Find a printed version. Don't watch the video versions. Just be aware. But look after your circle. I'm going to grab a bite of lunch and then I'm going to sit out in the sun for a while. Love to you all. Take care.